about 1.5 cups of flour, 2.5 tablespoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 tablespoon of salt, half tablespoon of granulated sugar. Then mix everything together. Use water to make your dough. I really can't say how much water to make the dough because sometimes it takes less, sometimes it takes more. Depends on your ingredients that you add to it. Now that the dough is finished, I'm gonna put it in a round shape and then cover it so that it can rises, and leave it for like half an hour. The more your dough rises, the better results you're gonna get, so that the heat can help rise it. Or you can use paper towel. If you have like the container top, you can also cover it like that. So while the dough rises, we're gonna go ahead and get our fillings ready, and I'm using 1 green apple and 2 red ones. I run out of red ones, or if you have all the green ones, then you can go ahead and use the same. You don't want it to be too thick, so peel it as thin as possible. So now that my apple is all finished peeling, I'm gonna cut them up. I just give them a little rinse, and I'm also gonna give it a next rinse when I'm finished cutting them up as well. Or if you feel like it's clean as much, you don't have to. Now that I finished taking out like all the middle, I'm just gonna cut these up in small square. After you're finished dicing your apples, it's time to cook them. Heat up your pot in medium flame, then add some butter. And then you're gonna add your diced apples. And you're gonna let them cook until it softens. After your apples is softened, add 1/4 cup of brown sugar, half tablespoon of cinnamon powder, and half tablespoon of salt. Continue stirring for 60 seconds or 2 minutes, or until your apple became light brown. This is so good. You probably know you're ready to turn it off. Place your filling into a bowl and let it sit aside and cool while you prepare your dough. So here we have our dough. So we're gonna cover it with some flour, and we're gonna try to get this rolled out. We're gonna make little doughs from these, and then we're gonna roll these. I don't have a roller. I always save these bottle. I'm gonna roll it as thin as possible. Always add flour so that it doesn't stick, and continue rolling. When I roll these, I just cut them and shape them in the shapes I wanted it to be. So I shape these in a square. Okay guys, so I just finished with the rollings. So I'm gonna prepare my egg wash now. So I'm gonna use 1 egg, some water, and I'm gonna whisk this up. So I'm gonna put this aside, and then I'm gonna take out one of my pastry. I'm gonna give it a little roll once more. We want it as thin as possible. And then we're gonna put some of our cool apple fillings inside, and this is where the egg wash comes in. Just gonna put some around the corner. It's like a hurricane passed through this house because I can't find most of my baking stuff. I cannot find my brush, so I'm doing it with a spoon, improvising. So I'm gonna close it. Then I'm gonna use a fork to like press in the sides. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the extra that I don't need. I'm wore a hole in it, but just not yet. I'm gonna put it over my
tray. I was like, yo, tray.
I'm gonna do the rest. Okay guys, so here they are. I'm gonna pop them in the fridge for like 2 minutes. That is optional though. Just gonna bore some whole ones. The reason why I'm going to put it in the fridge is because while it's baking, that's gonna prevent the juice from leaking. Guys, just take my babies out of the fridge. So I'm gonna pop them in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes. So guys, I just take them out of the oven and this is what they looks like. They look gorgeous. Just gonna let them cool off now, and yeah, this is how you make apple turnovers.